Day, a little boy named Albedo was spending the day with his daddy, corrin, and he loved his daddy very much. And one morning when he woke up, he was really hungry, and he went downstairs and he said, "Daddy, what are you doing?" "Oh, I'm just cooking you some eggs, my son." "Can I help?" "No, Albedo. You will burn your hand if you touch the stove, my son." "Please, Daddy." "No." I'll be careful." "No, son. Here, eat your breakfast, and then you can go off and play." "Okay." And then Albedo was eating his eggs, and when he was done, his daddy said, "All right, son, you can go off and play now." "Okay, Daddy." But later that evening at dinner, corrin said, "Okay, Albedo, can I trust you to stay in the kitchen but not go near the stove?" "Yes, Papa." But then Albedo went over to the stove and he touched it and burnt his hand. And he said, "Daddy, oh son, what happened?" "I burned my hand on the stove." "Son, I told you to be careful." "It hurts, Papa. Make it better." "Okay, hold on." And then corrin put some cold ice water on his son's hand, and then he started to clean it up. And he said, "Don't worry, son. Your hand will feel much better, I promise." "Ow, ow, it's okay, son." And then he put ice on his son's hand to help with the swelling. And then he wrapped it in a big bandage. And then he said, "Albedo." "Yes, Daddy?" "I'm not mad, but why did you touch the stove when Daddy told you not to?" "Well, because I wanted to help you cook." "Son, being near a kitchen is very dangerous, especially around a stove. You could have really hurt yourself. Thank God that I was there to protect you, because if I wasn't there, something could have happened to you, and you could have been stuck in the hospital." "I'm sorry, Daddy." "I know you are." And then corrin gave his son a bath, and then he said, "All right, now that you're all clean, let's go eat some dinner, okay?" "Okay, Daddy." And then Albedo was eating his dinner, and then after that, his daddy read him a story. And then he said, "Albedo." "Yes, Papa?" "You know why Papa worries about you?" "Why?" "Because he loves you very much. Come here, Albedo, give me a hug." "Okay." And then Albedo hugged his daddy tightly, and his daddy said, "Please don't you ever try to hurt yourself on purpose, my son. It's very dangerous, okay?" "Okay, Daddy, I'm sorry. I won't do it again, I promise." "That's my boy. I love you, Albedo." And then Albedo laid down on his bed, and his daddy tucked him in and said, "Sleep tight, my little Albedo." "Good night, Papa." And then Albedo was dreaming beautiful dreams, and corrin smiled and said, "Sweet dreams, my son," he said, blowing him a kiss. Mwah. And Albedo ran to his papa and hugged him tightly. And he said, "I love you, Daddy." "And I love you too, my sweet little Albedo." And then corrin was asleep when he saw his son crying later that night. And he said, "Son, did you have a nightmare?" Yes." "It's okay, my little one. Don't be scared. Come here." And Albedo laid his head on his daddy's lap, and he fell asleep, knowing that his daddy was there to take care of him and to protect him from anything dangerous. And he said, I love you, Daddy, very much. And I love you too, my son, my little boy, my precious little Albedo. I love you so much, my little Albedo. My little Albedo, I love you. Yes, I do. You are my little sunshine, and you know it's true. Good night, Daddy, Albedo said, hugging his teddy bear. And then he wrapped his arms around his daddy's tail. And his daddy said, No, don't touch my tail, son. Why not, Daddy? Because I don't like no one touching it. So please don't, he said. Oh, I'm sorry, Daddy. I didn't mean to. I know you didn't, my son. Well, I need you to go to sleep, okay? Okay, Daddy. And then Albedo closed his eyes, and then he wrapped his arms around his daddy and said, Good night, Papa. The end.